we have been using the paper in general. Now let's try adventure, and if all of them are chosen, all of them will be changed. Welcome back to another episode of my Wonderdraft tutorials. In this episode, we will learn about the themes and we will have a coloring recap. So I'm gonna remove all these colors now using this eraser. How I came here, again reminding the G is for the shortcut, or you can go to lens and pick this color. And all of them are chosen, so now it should take all the color from the sample colorable assets. And if I come here and choose all of them, so if I click on any custom colorable assets, I can also adjust it after placing it. So the colors you choose here on the symbols will affect all the assets shown, all the assets from the panel, but you can still adjust those after you place the assets. So now we also covered that. And what we can do, we can select all the symbols that are custom colorable, and using this panel here, we can change their color, just like this. So let's give them another color, for example. Okay, let's keep them like this. We already saw how to color them all at once together. And let's color the trees. So I colored all the trees right now. But another thing I can do, reminding you, when I pick a color, I can press fill, and whatever is selected on this filter will be colored. Let's color all the mountains and maybe give them a bit of shade. By the way, reminding you again, this is not a mapping tutorial. I'm just doing a quick recap to show you here and there some things. Well, I will also have a tutorial where I will make a map from 0 to the end, and there I will also show you the steps I follow, my ticks and trips. So now I'm going to color the ground here. For the sake of keeping it simple, I will stick with 3 main colors on this map instead of 50. Nice. Let's also add a bit color on the bottom line of the mountains to thicken them a little bit. And let's move to the water. Right here, choose this lighter one. Okay, I think this will get the job done. And now let's go to the water and coastlines from the land. I can adjust coastlines just like this. I can change the style of it also. I'll keep it irregular, maybe dash. Now let's keep it irregular. And for water, because now the freshwater color here is 0 opacity, we can manually color it. But I will also remind you that if you change this one here, it will cover all the waters. So whatever you had before will not be visible. It's not coloring the water, it is covering the water. So I don't like this. I generally don't use it. I like it a bit more manual. All right, so now we had a coloring recap. Let's learn about the themes. What are the themes? So basically, guys, the themes will change all the coloring and all the settings and the textures in the map all at once from choosing here or separately. For example, the theme can change these textures. As you can see now, the water texture has changed. The themes can change this. Same thing goes with the paper. All of the textures can be changed on the theme. Also, hue settings, saturations, etc. All of them can change. The quickest way to do is using these templates. For example, we have been using the paper in general. Now, for example, let's try adventure, and if all of them are chosen, all of them will be changed. And I apply. So this is how it will look if everything we did was done on adventure theme setting. We can also do mix. For example, I will take this back to paper. We can, for example, change only the ground and water texture to something else, and maybe the watercolor color palette to warm. And this time you notice the many settings remained, but the textures we have chosen have changed. I cannot tell you like this is the best, that is the best. I generally mix adventure paper and worn, but you can also change all of these, whatever is here, manually, because it even changes these coast effects and coastlines, just like you saw. It's not at this one anymore. We had this one and our setting was something like this, and our coastline color were different. So the theme will have a generic change of all types of stylization. I will try to go back to what we had before. I couldn't, so I'm gonna check all of it and take it back to paper here. And sometimes some of those changes, even if you take them back, will not change, just like the coastlines here. Therefore, I'm gonna do it manually. Yes, just like this. And the coastline color was something like this. Let's make it black. And let's make this one darker. This is how themes work, guys. This is what the theme is about. There are also themes you can add, just like adding custom assets. I sometimes use, for example, this one. I really like it. Let me show you how that works. For example, if I choose this and I apply, it will have this vibrant look on the seas and the texture here. What I generally like to use about this one is, but what I generally like about this theme is the palette, the ground color palette and watercolor palette. Now I'm just gonna pick it from this theme, apply it, and I will have many coloring options preset for me. When you are unable to find colors like we did now, it requires a bit of practice. This will come very handy, but in time you will see that it's very limiting actually. So if you want to get different vibes and different styles on the map, you will end up adding many colors or creating your own color palette. But for beginning, I find this extremely helpful. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like it. Let me know if I missed anything, guys. If you have any questions, at the end of this tutorial, I'm gonna have a questions and answers episode where I will answer all the questions that you asked during the process. So I'm looking forward to your feedbacks and supports, and I'll see you on the next episode where we will learn about adding pods. Bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching and happy mappings.